Imagine walking into your boss's office and giving notice because your writing has become your primary revenue stream. Or your podcast is successful enough that you can quit your day job. Or maybe having your marketing on autopilot so you can spend your time on the art career you love rather than on marketing. Are you a creative person who's great at what you do, but marketing makes you freeze? You're not alone. I help passionate, purpose-driven creatives overcome fear, find their brand voice, and build a marketing strategy that works for them. Oh yeah, I also make it easy and painless. It's never too late to grow the business you've been dreaming about. Book an introductory call with me, Rob Southgate, at southgatesmallbusiness.com today. And let's take the pain out of marketing together. One of my favorite events from last year is happening again, and you don't want to miss it. Books and Brews 2 will be held on Saturday, August 2nd, 2025, at the Wyndham Hotel in Noblesville, Indiana, just outside of Indianapolis. You can meet over 60 horror authors, all in one place. You can buy books on site, or you can bring what you already have and you can get them signed while you meet the authors. Books and Brews 2 is brought to you by the incredible horror book Facebook group, Books of Horror. Get your tickets today by clicking the link in the show notes. You don't need to be afraid. It's just horror authors. Welcome to Ink Blots, the show where I interview authors about their lives, writing, and the books they love. Be sure to follow the Ink Blots podcast on Substack. Not only can you listen to the latest episodes, but our Substack also has interview transcriptions and links to books and other items that we talk about on the show. If you like what we're doing, please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on YouTube. It really helps us and our sponsors out. Oh, and leave comments. We really do read and respond to every one. Now, let's get on with the show. Welcome to Ink Blots. I'm Rob Southgate. Today, I have with me Kristal Shanahan, a horror author that will be appearing at Books and Brews 2. Books and Brews 2 will be in Noblesville, Indiana on August 1st. There's a ton of horror authors. You can go there, meet them, get books signed, buy books. Some of them might have t-shirts, who knows, bookmarks, stuff, swag, who knows. But the biggest thing is you get to meet all these amazing people. And Kristal is one that you weren't there last year, right, Kristal?
I was there as a reader.
As a reader? Aha! Okay. So I was there as this guy. I had interviewed a bunch of the authors, and then I was just going and meeting the ones that I didn't know. And it was just, I was there with my daughter. We just had the best time. So you loved it, right?
Yeah, it was great.
Good. Well, now you're going to be on the other side of the table.
I know, it's wild.
And people will be coming up to get your signature, and it's just the best. Okay, Kristal, before we jump too far into it without introducing you, why don't you tell people who you are, what you do, and how we ended up here?
So I live in Kansas. I have a husband and 2 grown daughters. One's 18. She just graduated high school, so she's almost.
Congratulations.
Right, thanks. I'm a teacher, so I teach seniors British literature. This next school year, which starts in August, will be my last year teaching. It's, I think, 21 years in education. So I'm going to hang up my hat after this next year and just retire, enjoy life and writing. So.
And write horror.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Actually, my daughter just graduated. You have a daughter, you said?
Yeah, I have 2.
Okay, the 18-year-old. Mm-hmm. Where's she going to school?
She's going to a local junior college to get an associate's in science, and then she's going to go to a university to get a bachelor's in psychology, and then get her master's degree in counseling.
Wow, fantastic! I love that. I'm a college professor as well, so I love hearing the trajectory and what they're doing. My daughter is going to be going to New York to school, and she's going for writing and music, and it's like, it's just so exciting.
It is.
It's so exciting. Then you look at their list of classes, you're like, can I go?
Right.
So, I mean, really, when I say congratulations, I'm going through the same thing, and I mean it. It's just, what an accomplishment to get them there, right?
Yeah, it is.
So, okay. Your books, you mainly at this point are writing short stories.
Yes.
Is 4 Seasons of Horror, is that the newest one?
Yeah, so I released that March 27th. So that's the biggest work that I've released. I released 3 individual short stories. They're all 3 in that collection. So right now I'm working on a novella.
Ah, exciting.
Yeah.
So you're relatively a newbie at this side of it.
Oh, yeah.
So is horror, it's interesting because they're all horror. Is this really like the genre that like you were just like, because obviously you're teaching literature and like you've obviously wanted to be involved, but was horror always the thing?
I've always enjoyed horror. As a kid, though, I liked a lot of different stuff, and I still do. I love historical fiction. I'm not really into fantasy a whole lot, but horror, mysteries, thrillers, true crime, that sort of stuff. So
All the fun stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I always like the stuff that gets a reaction. So whatever it is, if it gets that kind of visceral reaction out of you, whether it's fear or laughter or whatever, I love it. If it doesn't go anywhere, let's describe wheat for 6 hours. That is boring as hell to me. I'm going to have a hard time reading it. But when you talk about like historical, even nonfiction, the history of the English, you go, there's so much blood and guts and craziness going on. I'm all in.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay. So we're at the horror thing now. Is this where you want to have you kind of landed here and said, yeah, this is really where I enjoy it? Or are you thinking I'm going to do horror, but I do want to expand into, other areas?
For now, it'll probably just be horror. I don't know what the future holds, but I've always enjoyed writing. In high school, I was one of the editors of the paper. So having your own byline with your research stories and stuff, in the newspaper was pretty cool. So I've always enjoyed it, but obviously what I write is very different now than what I wrote in high school. But
I would expect.
Yeah, but primarily, horror is where it's going to be.
So what was the spark that made you start writing horror?
I've just been saying for forever, I want to write a book. And I just never did it because it's hard. It's not an easy thing.
No.
But I joined Books of Horror and saw all these indie authors, interacting and, writing and everything. I was like, this is really cool. So it kind of inspired me to do it myself. And I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of old. So if I'm going to do it, I need to do it now.
You're well on your way. And I'm not going to say you're old. That means I have a feeling I'm older than you. So I'm not going to be insulted. I'm going to just say it was a slip of the tongue. Okay, horror authors. You said that the media, seeing everybody at Books and Brews inspired you, but who would you say off the top of your head, top 3 horror authors for you right now? And I know this can change. A half hour from now, you'll say somebody different. Right now, top 3 horror authors to you.
Indie authors or traditional?
Top 3 horror authors. I put no restrictors on it.
Okay. Robert R. McCammon has been a favorite. Obviously King. Oh gosh. I don't know. A lot of the indie authors that are out there right now that you've probably talked to and know of are great. Nick Roberts is awesome. Reading his one of his books actually inspired me to write because at the time he was a teacher.
Which book?
The Exorcist House.
Yes. Very cool.
Yeah.
So in your books, no, I'm not going to ask it that way. I'm going to ask you a different way. As a horror author, we're obviously playing with fears. What's your big fear? What's the thing that kind of keeps popping up in what you do?
There's not a lot that scares me or that I'm scared of, except for something happening to my kids. Mm-hmm. So that's the one big fear that I have, for sure.
Does that pop up in your writing?
Something happening to kids does pop up in some of the stories that I've written. Yeah, not in the current one, but yeah.
So when you get to that point in the story, do you find it like upsetting and you got to work your way through it, or you're just like, did it? Okay, moving on.
I think about it in the back of my head, like, ooh, that's rough, but I haven't had to like step away from something just yet and then go back to it because it bothered me. So.
Okay. Hey, I've had authors tell me that like they're big scaredy cats. They're like, I write this stuff, but I'm a big scaredy cat. I can't like even stand it when I get to those parts. As a kid, were you a scaredy cat, or was it just you just always like, just cool?
Yeah, Well, I mean, with the exception of like roller coasters, yeah, that was
wait
that
a
was
minute.
it.
Wait a minute. When you say with the exception, that means you were scared of something. So
Yeah.
roller coasters. Anything about roller coasters that scared you?
Well, just that initial drop, like
Uh-huh.
how you feel like in your stomach, and then just you see occasionally some things that have happened, to people. Some of them have
Yeah.
died. I grew up in Oklahoma, and so there was a little place called Bell's Amusement Park, and so they had a little roller coaster. At some the kid died on it. He was decapitated, and so
Oh,
that was pretty terrifying. So roller coasters, I'm just kind of leery of, but other than that, for the most part.
Is it that story that made you leery, or is it the loss of control that kind of freaked you out?
Well, that story and just the fact that what if?
What if?
Yeah.
I get it. Do you find yourself in horror writing that you're like drawn to the horror elements, or is it like you're drawn, like, how do I say this? I've had authors tell me that like they're crafting a story like any other author would craft a story. When it comes to the horror elements, it's like, yeah, here's the fun part, but they're really kind of like, it's the crafting of the story that really matters. Horror is just kind of the byproduct of it. What about you?
I love like the atmosphere and building suspense, before you get to the nitty gritty of the action and what happens in the story. So that's probably my favorite part.
So is it easier to write the silence before the scream or the scream itself?
The silence before the scream, I would think. It is for me anyways. Yeah.
So that's the part you like, that tension in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You mentioned serial killers and true crime. Are you a true crime podcast person?
I haven't had time to really dive into that. I've got some saved on my phone, so I'm hopeful to get to those at some point. I think they're fascinating.
Yeah, I'll make a recommendation. I really like one.
Okay.
It's a Canadian one called Someone Knows Something.
Oh.
And the first season is fabulous. And it actually, the second season's not, it didn't connect with me as well, but it is pretty fabulous. Later on, there's a payoff for the second season that is fabulous. And I'm like, oh, now I was so invested in it when they have an update later. But Someone Knows Something is one that, I mean, I've listened to I listen to everything. I'm a podcaster, right? That was one that right off the top of my head, I'm like, oh, if you like that stuff, it's a great entry point, not too like inside baseball, and really, really good stories, really rich. So
Okay.
there you go. All right. Now, where did you say you're from?
Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kansas City metro area. So.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
okay. So have you been to Indianapolis?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, I mean, Books and Brews 2 is going to be in Noblesville, which is just outside of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Most of the authors say, yeah, I'm going to go into Indianapolis. Is there anything you're looking forward to seeing or doing other than the authors and hanging out at that?
I haven't really checked into it yet. I'm not sure. I'll probably rent a car when I get there. I'm staying there from like Wednesday through my flight leaves on Monday. So it's just kind of like a big solo trip for me. So I might venture out there at some point, and if I find something I want to go see.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, it's a good time. And I know that a lot of the authors are in the same boat where they're like, well, I'm hoping there's things to do. Like, you guys can all buddy up and go do stuff, be weird.
For sure.
It's so much fun. What do you think in writing, because since you're writing short stories, what do you think makes a short story like unforgettable?
Being able to create a fantastic setting and suspense, and then coming in hot with a really good ending, not necessarily too abrupt, but those are the things that I try to add. So
the coming in hot with an ending, I like that. I think we might have a T-shirt for this episode, because that's something that I've noticed in script writing and books, and a lot of authors have trouble with that ending. And if they don't have that punch, and it doesn't have to be abrupt, like you said, if they don't have that punch, it's forgettable.
Yeah, I agree.
Or if it's so bad, it is memorable. It's memorable because it sucked.
Yeah.
But okay, so what do you think a story has to have for? I mean, it's got to have the punch, but is there anything to make horror truly effective in your writing?
characterization as far as making sure that you can connect on some level, whether you hate them or love them, the characters that are in there, and describing in detail some of the stuff that leads up to certain events that make it horrifying or creepy. So descriptions is, certainly really important in that writing.
So you got to really set the table before you cut them in the face.
Yes.
You punch them in the face, but it's horror.
Right.
So, okay, for I'm going to go back to my serial killer question. I mean, if you're interested in that, are there any cases that like keep coming back to you? Like if you see it pop up on your feed, you're like, oh, I got to read about Jack the Ripper, or I got to read about. Is there any that you just find like I'm just drawn to them like a moth to the flame?
Yeah, I mean, several of them that that we know of that have been covered extensively are interesting. Like for one, the BTK killer, which was here in Kansas. We didn't live here at the time when he was on the news, but I do plan on writing a collection based on serial killers inspired by. So that's something that I would like to do at some point, but I think they're all fascinating and disgusting in their own way.
Do you have a favorite serial killer movie?
No, actually. That's not anything I've thought about. Now I'm going to have to, though.
Yeah, you are. I'll give you another recommendation. I mean, everyone talks Silence of the Lambs, but I think Copycat, the one with Sigourney Weaver, that's the one that gives me nightmares, and I don't get nightmares easily.
Oh, see, I haven't seen that.
Watch Copycat. It's
okay.
Very upsetting.
Okay.
But it's not gory upsetting. It's just a very upsetting movie. Okay. It's really, really good. Do you think that writing horror, because now you're in this world and you're writing horror, do you think that it's taught you anything about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to some degree, have to have a thick skin, because not everybody's going to love what you write. And sometimes you're not going to get great reviews. And sometimes people aren't what they seem. So, it's just kind of how it is in a lot of other careers. So, I mean, being a teacher, you have to kind of have a thick skin anyways.
Yeah, don't look at your teacher reviews ever, right?
Oh, Lord, I don't know if there is any, but wow.
Well, for us, there's rateyourprofessor.com, and yeah, I just don't want to look.
I wouldn't either.
I've heard I've got good reviews, but then you're like, yeah, but there's that one kid, they're going to be like, he's the worst, and he's got a big head, and
yeah, there's always a few throughout the years that will be a challenge.
Be a challenge. Yes, it's a nice way of putting
right
what they are. All right, good. Horror itself. No, scrap that. We've talked about horror enough. I mean, we'll come back to it, I guess. But you said British literature?
Mm-hmm. So
who are some of your favorites in that bubble?
Oh, well, we have certain things that we have to teach. So Hamlet is fun because I can teach that through the lens of a ghost story. So
yeah, sure.
I'm gonna work on those lessons and stuff and try to make it a little more enjoyable for the kids. They're seniors, so shocking as it may be, they don't love Shakespeare.
Really, I thought that was their number one. Although my daughter was homeschooled and she was in a theater group, and they were obsessed with Shakespeare, as even like 8, 9, 10-year-old obsessed.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So, it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So who other, forget the ones you're forced to teach. You've got to have some favorites. You wouldn't have gone into that if you didn't.
Yeah. It'll be my second year teaching Brit Lit. So I've taught several grade levels. What I did love was the short story unit that I created for the freshmen. So that was a lot of fun.
Let's hear what's in there.
Click Clack the Rattlebag was really fun by Gaiman. That was a good one. Roald Dahl, Landlady, Lamb to the Slaughter. Those stories are great. So that sort of thing. So obviously Poe. Yeah.
Have you ever gone to the Poe Festival, or do you even know it exists?
I didn't know that existed. No.
Oh, you need to look it up. I interviewed the woman who runs it.
Ooh.
There is a Poe Festival, and a lot of the horror authors that do like StokerCon also do Poe Poe Festival.
Mm.
It's really very cool. They overtake the town, and they're like, we don't have that many things going on, but people go crazy for it. And they have the room that he was renting when he died, and it's intact, and you can see that. And they have some really great awards. So Poe Festival, you want to look that one up. I think you would really like it. As teacher nerd, I think you'd be like, this is awesome.
That would be. Is it in Baltimore?
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Yes. And if I can find the link, I'll send it to you, and I'll put it in the show notes. Just like I'm going to put Books and Brews in the show notes so people can get their tickets and come meet you.
Yeah.
I'll put that in the show notes because we talked about it, and give them a little shout out because it's really super cool. They were trying to get me to come out there. I'm like, it's bad timing, but yeah, eventually we'll make it out there.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah.
So, okay, Poe, what's your favorite Poe?
Oh, I love Annabelle.
Oh, yeah. That's a great one.
It is. Telltale Heart, I've taught that numerous times. It's a lot of fun.
That one's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like a lot of them.
Yeah, I remember being a nerd, like 7th grade, first time I'd read Poe, and my parents got me like a, collection. Sitting there reading The Fall of the House of Usher and realizing what it is, and then all of a sudden being horrified and going, what did they give me? And I was obsessed then. I was fascinated. The Mask of Red Death too. That was very upsetting to me, but that's good, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The more upsetting, the better.
That's right. Okay. For you, as a writer, do you find yourself to be more of a pantser or a plotter?
Oh, I'd like to say kind of both. I map out in generalities kind of what I see happening, and then when I start crafting it and see kind of how it goes. But major plot points I'll have already.
Do you feel that, or has this happened where you're writing along, you've got your thing plotted out, and your characters decide something entirely different is going to happen?
Oh, yeah.
Dumb question, Rob.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, what's up? I'm off this thing. Click. So this has happened. So does that mean that you trash the old idea, or do you keep it around and go, okay, well, I still have this great ending and this great story, but my characters didn't want to play ball. They have another idea.
It just depends. Like there was a book I was going to write, and I just totally scrapped it because it didn't vibe with me, and it just wasn't me. So I decided to just completely abandon that. But there has been times in short stories where I've been writing stuff and I've added parts to it because maybe a nightmare I had, or
Yeah. Do you ever draw inspiration from nightmares occasionally?
I do.
Yeah. You have like vivid ones?
Yeah.
Are they all roller coasters?
No. Surprising.
Have you ever had the roller coaster one?
Not that I recall.
I just planted it. You're going to have it tonight.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I was on this roller coaster, and oh my God, and then I had to pee, and I kept thinking about peeing. I don't know. That's my nightmare.
Usually it's falling or something's chasing me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Has that ever appeared in your stories where you're like, you said you get it from a nightmare, but have you ever had it where it's literally something chasing because you had a chase dream the night before?
Yeah, there's a short story that I have in my collection, Clara Knows Possession. And so like the little mini prologue that I wrote was inspired by a nightmare I had.
Okay, what's the story? Because people are going to want to pick up this book, get it signed, and find that nightmare.
So it's basically a haunted doll, which is like a conduit for a spirit that is out for revenge for something that happened to her decades ago. And the doll is found in an antique shop by a mom and her daughter. The daughter was crazy about it, wanted to take it home, and the mom was pretty reserved and not really wanting to go there because she felt it was creepy. So that's a little bit of the story and what happens. Bad things happen.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
So in your short stories, I mean, when you're writing out short stories, and I'm a big short story fan because I love the fast ideas. I love like a really well written one. I love it. But you have to go through a lot of villains. Is there a really dark villain that you've created that has just stayed with you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have a special place in my heart for all of them.
Yeah, but is there one that's like hanging out at the fringes?
Yeah, so Madison is basically a serial killer, and I probably will revisit her in a longer piece of work. Halloween Mayhem is a story that's in my collection, and it's about her. So we get a little taste of kind of what she's like in the very beginning, and then things happen. Of course, I don't want to give anything away if anyone wants to read it, but I probably will do something else with that character.
So she's hanging out.
I think she will.
just sitting in the corner waiting for her time.
Yeah.
Are there any tropes that you are like ride or die with, where it's like haunted doll, it's going to show up in everything I do? Are there any horror tropes that you like to play with?
I haven't done a haunted house story yet, so that's probably something that I'm going to do next.
Okay. Yeah. Any that you hate? You're like, I'm so done with this trope. People cutting their foot off to get out of an escape room, I'm done with.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't hate anything. I think if it can be done well, it's fine. But I mean, I'm not really into zombies. I tried to write a zombie novella and it just didn't work. I'm like, I don't think I like it well enough to even do that, so I scrapped it.
But you like zombie movies and books otherwise?
Yeah, I mean, to some degree, it just kind of depends. I mean, I haven't seen everything zombie out there. That's
you got your work ahead of you. You better get busy. There's a lot.
I know. I'm just so busy. I don't have time to watch a lot of stuff that most people seem to have time for.
But so you don't want it like buried, but you at the same time, that's not a trope that you're really gravitating to.
I probably will never write something like that because I know now it's not my jam.
Okay, so you're still a newbie, so to speak.
Yeah.
But what's the creepiest thing you've had to Google?
Oh, yeah, my search history is probably questionable. But in my current novella, it's called A Mortician's Shadow. So I actually interviewed a mortician that I met during jury duty in September. He was really cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we met at a coffee shop and talked for like an hour and a half or so, and he let me record it so I could refer back to it. But things in relation to cremation that maybe we didn't touch on, I've looked up a few things.
So you're hoping you don't end up in court having to talk about it, though, I have a feeling.
Well, I did record him, and he was fine with it. So
okay,
it was with permission.
With permission, okay.
Yes.
All right. So, okay, we talked about Indiana. You haven't been there. You don't really have any specific things. Are there any specific authors at this one that you really want to make sure you meet?
Oh, I've met several of them, but there are definitely some that I haven't met yet. Probably the more traditional known authors, like Rachel Harrison. I would love to meet her. Trying to think. I don't know how to say his name. He wrote Hex.
He wrote Hex.
Yeah. Thomas something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I can't remember. I'm terrible. I would like to meet him. He seems pretty cool.
Thomas Oldhovet.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Got it.
I was like, I don't want to butcher it because I know I would.
Well, and I might have too, but I said it with confidence. So
you did. Yeah, him.
Him. The guy who wrote Hex. Cool. Well, I'm sure you're on the other side of the table now, which it's interesting. I feel like when you go there as somebody just going, you do get to meet everybody, and it's really fun. Yeah. But there's also a different vibe for the authors behind the table where you feel a kinship that's different. I love it. I love the whole vibe. And I feel like people like you that went as a reader got so much of that feel out of it. But it's going to be different this time.
Yeah, it will be.
It's exciting.
It is. It's scary too.
So you've got at least one more book in the pipeline already that you're working on.
Yes.
And then have you got a lot of them that you're just like, oh boy, cracked it open. I've got a whole bunch of things that I'm kind of looking forward to.
Yeah. So I've got, the novella that I'm going to release this summer. I also have a novelette that I'll release this summer. And then the haunted house-ish book will be next year.
Oh, I haven't written one yet. It's there.
I've already bought the cover for it.
Nice. What is, I'm not going to ask you what it's called or anything. We're not going to mess with any of
I don't
that,
know yet, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. But of haunted house books, what's your favorite?
Say it again.
Of the haunted house books that are out there, what's your favorite?
Oh, I don't know. I'm really terrible about having favorites.
You know what? They're garbage questions when I ask them, because I'm always like, but I always feel like you're just going to spit something out and be like, Hell House. You go, okay.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Exorcist House. I mean, that could be, because
that was really great. But yeah, I would say Shirley Jackson's Hill House is probably one of my most favorite, just because it's, I used to teach that too, so it was a lot of fun. So that's okay.
I feel like that and like The Lottery are books that you go,
yes,
like they have to be. They almost have to go out of the equation. Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to do that one too. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think that really covers kind of the basics on this stuff. Once again, I'm going to tell everybody August 1st at the Wyndham Hotel in Noblesville, Indiana, August 1st of 2025, because people might listen to this next year and go, I went to Noblesville, she wasn't there. There'll be links in the show notes. And Kristal, I'll put your social media and any links you want in here.
Okay.
But where can people interact with you? Where's the best place for them to converse with you?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So I have an author page that's pretty new on Facebook. And then my Instagram is Lady in Horror _author. That Lady in Horror LLC is my publishing imprint. So I'm kind of a control freak, so I want to do my own stuff.
That's a good one. So I'm going to tell everybody, go on Facebook and follow her. Go on Amazon and follow her. That's the kind of thing that really matters to an indie author, is building that audience, having people follow you. It helps with the algorithms. Look at marketing nerd. So yeah, help her out. And Lady in Horror is a great one.
Thank you.
So now you need to make a Substack called Lady in Horror. And I will be all over that thing.
I will do that.
Excellent. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for being on. This was a lot of fun. Kristal, everyone go see her at Books and Brews 2, Wyndham Hotel, Noblesville, Indiana. Buy all her books. Get her to sign stuff. Invite her on a roller coaster. See what happens.
No.
See what happens. I mean, you never know.
That's a hard no.
Tell her your best serial killer on a roller coaster story, because we've all got them. And she won't have nightmares. I'm sure. Kristal, thank you so much for being on it. Good luck with everything.
Thank you. I appreciate that.